Hi again guys, and welcome to another replay cast. This time we're looking, this is actually Flippy-Wippy, aka M7MDTO. This is him in his alt account that he's using to get towards tier 10 in order to get the refer a friend tank, the T95 E2. And today he's playing the T29. And he is top tier in 357 on Mountain Pass. It's a very lurid, friendly VK3601 going for the full clown car mode there. Do appreciate a good clown car. So, Flippy's going to start off by going over to the standard flank that you want to take if you want to win the match. However, this match is not going to be a very standard match. Spoiler alert. Obviously, keeping an eye out for anything that could be across the other side within his own spotting distance. Turns out the enemy AMX-12T has forgone using the bushes on the other side and just YOLOs right up to the friendly ridge. Does spot Flippy, but no luck there for the enemy team getting shots on him. Friendly P43 down in the basin there does get taken out by a VK3001, but friendly AMX-12T does finish off the enemy one. Now Flippy's just moving up to this corner here, using this rock as cover since there's no enemy tanks here yet. So he's able to use this little ridge just here to poke around and angle his front while hiding his inner drive wheel. Doesn't seem to have anything coming yet. So if you guys are paying attention to the map, you guys are going to start seeing something, a bit of a problem for Flippy's team, as they lose a second tank, while the friendly 12T goes up to the enemy ridgeline to spot. Yeah, have you guys noticed it? Flippy has. Yes, it seems like his entire team have forgotten, apart from the SU-100, have forgotten about the entire rest of the map, other than the south flank and the little basin, the dried up riverbed there. Well, the dried up lake bed, I should say. And the SU does go down to the enemy VK31H, and the enemy Eagle 7 has crossed over the bridge. Enemy T29 there engaging the friendly Cromwell underneath the bridge as well, so Flippy's gonna have a bit of a fight on his hands here to make sure that these guys get taken down. The rest of the team, however, not doing so hot on the south flank, as the VK3001 does take down an M4 Sherman, but gets taken down by a T3485 himself. Friendly Artie, the Lefeu, does finish off another tank. Flippy finds the Eagle 7 and the VK, decides to put his first shot into the Eagle 7 rather than finishing off the VK. Not what I would have done. I would have taken out the VK first, but does get a second shot into the Eagle 7 there as someone does try to fire a shot over him in hopes of hitting them. The VK does manage to sneak a shot round at Flippy, but well, that guy was not long for this world regardless. Now he's just looking to pressure the Eagle 7, put another shot into him, see if he can finish him off. Puts another one into him, low rolls though, and now goes for the ram, hoping to finish him off with that. Not quite enough, only 7 hit points left, but you guys are going to start seeing what I was talking about earlier. About, if you guys are paying attention to the map, you're going to start seeing a problem. Yeah. Yeah, you'll see it just as he's taking down this T29. Yep, they're in his base. Only one capping right now, so he's realized he's got time to take down this T29 and does so. Enemy team have stopped capping for now, which makes Flippy decide to see if he can get some shots down the bridge, but nothing is spotted, nothing popping up. Just that T3485, and doesn't have shots on him already. So he's decided to start heading back. Only one enemy tank capping. However, there is a KV-85 and a KV-1 that he's got to get rid of as well. They were both in full health when first spotted, dealing with this friendly T20. But he's realized that if he tries to get past them just by YOLOing the cap, then he would have people not only in the cap circle, but also on his side to take down. That was a very lucky shot. Past the wreckage of the friendly Panzer III-4 and into the side of the KV-85. Friendly Cromwell is making his way back to the cap. Enemy KV-1 and KV-85 finish off the T-20. But they've also moved so far down the ridge there that they've given Flippy here time to get back to his base as the Cromwell gets the reset. Does go down swinging, but this lets Flippy move forward towards his cap circle and start taking these guys down. High roll on the Panzer III-4. And this is actually a smart thing to do. Goes for the ram on the Panzer III-4 and then with his next shot finishes off the T-34. Score's not looking too good still 9-12. Friendly T-34 there is trying to run from the KV-1 and the KV-85. Enemy RT does splash Flippy a little bit there, but it seems like he's got the stock gun on the Su-122A. As sure, he does splash him and track him, but doesn't stun. Meanwhile, the T-34 gets taken down by the KV-1. Seems like the KV-1 was firing heat, as the front of the T-34 is effective enough to not get penned by HE from that 122mm derp, which is what the KV-1 seems to be using. Meanwhile, enemy T-67 spotted. Flippy turns to engage, and high roll, not quite enough to kill, but then realizes his friendly VK-30 is still alive over there. Bounces a shot from the KV-85. It is the large gun the KV-85 is using, the 122mm, the D25T. Basically a derpier version of the IS gun with a 20-second reload. Now both the KV-85 and KV-1 are one shots for Flippy. Friendly VK-30 is moving over to assist as Flippy finishes off the KV-1, but the KV-85 pulls out. Does get lucky and the KV-85 bounces. That gun is very derpy on that tank. So there was a good chance that that guy would have just straight up missed, and the VK is starting to come around as well and starts trying to get shots at the KV-85 himself. Forces the KV-85 to pull back and Flippy finishes him off. And now at this point, Flippy's spider sense is tingling. He feels that someone is trying to get around him. And he's not wrong, just the Leo was going the other way. And the Leo finishes off the VK, which leaves Flippy in a 1 versus 3 situation. Now we can't see just yet what gun the Leo is using, because both the 75mm and the 105mm are viable on that thing. Looks like he's using the 75, which is good news for Flippy because, well, that thing does have lower pen than the 105, slightly. The difference is that the 75 is about DPM, the 105 is about trading, or getting those high alpha hits in. 75 also does have better shell velocity. Does get a shot into Flippy, but, well, he's not going to get far. And it seems like Flippy has damaged the Leo's engine with one of his shots, so pulls round. Enemy T-34-85 has joined the fight now as well, but bounces the shot. Flippy finishes off the Leo. Good decision there, taking out a gun before anything else. Goes for the ram on the T-34-85, but gets a bit impatient with the shot and misses. And now lines up his second shot and... yes! Guys, you did just see a shot bounce off the T-34-85 at point blank range from a T29. Suka bliet! What it seems to have been is that it bounced off this auto bounce angled side here instead of here. Yes. RNG did just fuck him. And you can see he's frustrated here. He is trying to catch the T-30-45, but unfortunately, the T29 is just a bit too slow to get round in time to clip him. Does try to pop over the ridge. See if he can spot what the T-30-45 is doing. Sees him again. And aiming. No shots on him just yet. Takes aim, and... Yep. Once again, a bounce. This time it looked like it was off the turret. The turret sides, which are at that angle, an auto bounce. And, of course, shaking the camera about there. Flippy visibly frustrated. Now he thinks he's going to go for the capture, so he's pulling back. He's looking to see if the T-30-45 is trying to go around. Maybe trying to slip off down the slope here and try and go around this way to get to Flippy's base. Is keeping an eye out on the way, and the enemy RT is spotted going that way. Does spot Flippy back, surprising, because that's still a good couple hundred meters at the very least, and RT not known for having good view range. But that also alerts the T-30-45 to Flippy's position, which means that the T-30-45, which did manage to get back around into his base, seems like the T-34 didn't go all the way towards the bridge, instead just went straight through these bushes that the Su-122A was trying to go through. Flippy now moving towards the bridge to see if he can catch the T-30-45. And at this point, it's pretty much Flippy playing kiss chase with the T-30-45, which is a bit unfortunate. And at this point here, he's most of the way to the enemy base. This is where Flippy makes the mistake that turned this game against him. He turns back, only to find that the T-34-85 is not going for the cap. And at this point, Flippy realizes the T-34-85 has gone to camp. And you can see in the way he's moving the camera around, he's a bit frustrated. And very understandable. I can definitely sympathize there, but unfortunately, that is the last time we saw the T-34-85 was the last time we saw him for the rest of the match. And clock counts down, and it's a draw. So, bit of a heartbreak there for Flippy as he gets an ace tanker on a draw. Radley-Walters for 9 kills. He was hoping to get 10 for a Pools medal, which would also have been his first from what I remember him saying. A Defender medal for resetting the cap, killing the Panzer III-4 and the T-34. Steel Wall, of course. High Caliber for his 4,870 damage, and of course the Top Gun. 1092 XP here, but of course when we get onto this part, we notice that in the achievements part here, this is for quote-unquote courageous resistance, which brings it up to just over 1700 base XP. He also made actually not a bad profit for the T29 with a standard account as well. Since of course this is basically his free-to-play account, which is purely for getting the T95E2. Of course, he's trying not to spend much on it at all, which means he's trying to keep expenditure to a minimum, so he can, you know, get as many credits without having to spend any money on the game on this account as he can. Makes 31,000 credit profit, which, like I say, is not bad for the T29. That 105mm gun is one of the more expensive to run at tier 7. Those shells are actually quite expensive. Comes out of it with just over 2,000 XP after bonuses for missions as well. So honestly, that I can absolutely sympathize with you there, Flippy. RNG was absolutely trolling you. And like I say, that last minute realization that the T3045 was just camping his own base. Yeah, that's fair. That's a bit crushing. I can definitely understand that there. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Commiserations to Flippy. He did play very well for most of this match. Like I say, the only parts that really screwed in were RNG against the T3045 and the and the final realization that that guy was indeed camping his own base at the end in those last 4 minutes of the match. So, like I say, unfortunate final realization from you, Flippy, but it happens. I can definitely sympathize with the frustration at the RNG though. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.